Let's get right into it. Number 10. Vending machines. These big metal boxes are more dangerous than sharks. While sharks kill about 5 people per year worldwide, vending machines take out around 13 people annually just in the United States. Most deaths happen when someone tries to get a free snack by rocking or tilting the machine. These machines weigh around 1,000 pounds. That's like having a baby elephant fall on you. The crazy part is that most victims are young men who probably thought they were strong enough to handle it. The machines are so deadly that they actually come with warning labels now. There was this one case where a guy in Florida got mad at a machine for eating his money. He decided to show it who's boss by body slamming it. The machine showed him by falling on top of him. The guy survived, but his pride didn't. Some of these deaths even happen in hospitals. Imagine surviving a serious illness, only to get taken out by the snack machine in the lobby. Modern machines are trying to be less murderous, with better anti-tilt mechanisms and card payments, because the best way to stop vending machine deaths is to remove the "it ate my money" excuse. Number 9. Manhole covers. In 1937 Chicago, a 150-pound manhole cover shot up 5 stories like a rocket, crashed through a building, and killed an elevator operator instantly. These heavy metal discs sit on top of tunnels filled with gas pipes, electrical lines, and sewage. When gas builds up underneath, just one spark turns that manhole cover into the world's deadliest frisbee. In 2016, a Boston art teacher was driving to work when a loose manhole cover got kicked up by another car. It went through her windshield faster than a bullet. She didn't even have time to react. These covers weigh between 150 to 300 pounds. That's like having a sumo wrestler dropped on your car at highway speeds. Some have been recorded flying as high as buildings. Modern manhole covers have tiny holes to let gas escape slowly, instead of building up. But millions of old-style covers are still out there, and some aren't properly secured. Hit one with your car tire just right, and it flips up like a coin toss. Except this coin weighs as much as 2 grown men and is aimed at your windshield. Number 8. E-scooters. These zippy little things are hiding a dark secret. They use lithium-ion batteries, which have a nasty habit of turning into miniature bombs when things go wrong. In New York City alone, these batteries have caused hundreds of fires. When these batteries fail, they don't just spark or smoke. They explode with enough force to blow out windows. The technical term is thermal runaway, which is science talk for your scooter just turned into a rocket. In Queensland, Australia, a guy bought a second-hand e-scooter and plugged it in with the wrong charger. The battery exploded with such devastating force that it killed him instantly. These scooters can hit speeds of up to 20 miles per hour, which becomes deadly when you face-plant into the pavement or oncoming traffic. And since most cities have no real rules about where you can ride these things, it's like playing real-life Frogger. Most accidents don't even get reported properly. They get marked down as electrical fires or minor accidents. The actual death toll is likely way higher than we know. Fire departments are so concerned that New York had to create a special lithium-ion task force. Number 7. Bouncy Castles. In 2021, 5 kids in Tasmania were celebrating the end of their school year. They were bouncing away, having the time of their lives. Then a gust of wind picked up the castle. It flew 30 feet into the air. The kids were still inside. All 5 of them didn't make it. In the last 20 years, there have been over 130 incidents of bouncy castles going airborne. These inflatable castles fly more often than some airlines. A light breeze of just 25 miles per hour can send these things soaring. In 2014, 2 kids in New York got launched into the air. Their bouncy house shot up 3 stories high and kept going. One kid fell out at 15 feet. The other held on until 20 feet. Both survived, but barely. Most places don't even have proper rules about when these things should be shut down. Some rental companies will set up a bouncy castle in any weather. The stakes they use to hold these things down are often shorter than what you'd use for a camping tent. Number 6. Bookshelves. Every year, about 11,000 people end up in the emergency room because of furniture tip-overs, and bookshelves are like the silent assassins of the furniture world. A typical 6-foot bookshelf loaded with books weighs about 200 pounds. That's like having a professional wrestler hanging on your wall, and just like a wrestler, these shelves can body slam you when you least expect it. Most of these accidents happen to kids under 5. A child sees their favorite book on the top shelf, tries to climb up, and suddenly that beautiful IKEA masterpiece becomes a death trap. The physics behind it is simple. It's like playing Jenga in reverse. Most of these deaths could have been prevented with a $5 wall anchor. That's right. For the price of a fancy coffee, you could stop your bookshelf from going rogue. But people don't do it because it looks fine or It's too much work. Manufacturers include those little anchor kits that everyone throws away. In fact, furniture companies have had to recall millions of units because people keep ignoring those life-saving hardware. So while you're arranging your books for that perfect Instagram shot, remember that beautiful display of literature might just be plotting your demise. Number 5. Pressure washers. Pressure washers shoot water at up to 4,000 pounds per square inch. That's strong enough to strip paint off a car. Now imagine what it can do to your skin. But it's not the immediate injury that usually gets people. It's what happens after. When the pressure washer nicks your foot, it looks like a tiny cut, barely worth a Band-Aid, but the water just injected bacteria deep into your tissue. It's like getting a dirty needle shot filled with every nasty microbe in your driveway. By the time you notice something's wrong, the infection has already set up a whole civilization in your foot. Doctors call these high-pressure injection injuries. What starts as a tiny cut on Monday can turn into an amputation by Friday. In 2014 alone, about 6,000 people ended up in the ER from pressure washer accidents. The water pressure is so high some people don't even feel the initial cut. It's like getting stabbed by a ninja made of water. Number 4. Hot dogs. Hot dogs send about 2,500 kids to the emergency room every year, and not because of what's in them. It's because of their shape. A hot dog is basically the perfect plug for a child's airway. It's round, smooth, and just the right size to completely block their throat. When a kid takes a big bite, that chunk of hot dog can slide right down and create an airtight seal. It's like a cork in a wine bottle. Unlike other foods that might get stuck, hot dogs don't break apart easily. They're dense and springy, which means they don't crumble under pressure. This happens so fast that by the time someone notices, it's often too late. The American Academy of Pediatrics ranks hot dogs as the #1 choking hazard for kids under 3. These ballpark favorites are more dangerous than grapes, hard candy, or even tiny Lego pieces. Adults choke on hot dogs too, especially at eating contests. At the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, paramedics stand by with special de-choking devices. They've had to use them. Some experts think hot dogs are a bigger threat than the statistics show. When someone chokes on a hot dog and doesn't make it, it often gets recorded as just choking death, without specifying what they choked on. Number 3. Beds. That comfy mattress you might be on right now is more dangerous than sharks, lightning strikes, and airplane crashes combined. Every year, around 450 people in the US alone meet their end thanks to their bed. Your average bed is about 2 feet high. When you fall from that height, your head is actually falling from about 6 feet up. Thanks to physics, that means your skull is hitting the ground at about 15 miles per hour. That's like getting punched in the head by a professional boxer. Only instead of a gloved fist, you're getting hit by a hardwood floor. Most of these accidents happen at night, when you're alone, disoriented, and maybe trying to find the bathroom. One wrong move, and suddenly you're doing an involuntary gymnastics routine. But it's not just falls that make beds deadly. Those bed frames with the heavy wooden headboards have crushed people to death. Most bed-related deaths happen to the elderly or very young children. It's like beds have a taste for the most vulnerable among us. Number 2. Ladders. Ladders kill about 300 people every year in the US alone. That's more deaths than shark attacks, lightning strikes, and train accidents combined. Most ladder deaths happen at heights under 10 feet. You're more likely to die falling from your garage roof than from the top of a cell tower. Over 500,000 people get injured by ladders every year. That's more injuries than all power tools combined. Your chainsaw might look scary, but statistically, that innocent-looking ladder in your garage is more likely to send you to the hospital. They'll check the ladder, set it up properly, and then try to reach just a little bit further instead of climbing down and moving the ladder. Ladder manufacturers know exactly how dangerous their products are. That's why they put warning labels all over them. They even put those little platform things at the top that say "not a step" in big letters. It's a perfectly flat surface that looks exactly like a step, but using it could be the last thing you do. Number 1. Stairs. You're walking down your stairs, just like thousands of times before. Maybe you're checking your phone. Maybe you're carrying laundry. Suddenly, your foot catches the edge of a step wrong. In the quarter of a second it takes you to realize what's happening, you're already falling. Once you start falling on stairs, physics is not your friend. Your body will hit every single step on the way down, each impact getting worse than the last. By the time you reach the bottom, you've essentially been beaten up by a flight of concrete or wooden blocks. More people die from falling down stairs each year than from getting shot. Over 12,000 deaths annually just in the US. That's over 30 people every single day dying on these innocent-looking steps. Most of these accidents happen on stairs people use every day. It's not some unfamiliar staircase that gets you. It's the one in your own home, the one you think you know so well, you could climb it blindfolded. Even a tiny 1-inch difference in step height can increase your chances of falling by 300%. Your brain runs an automatic program when you climb stairs. It expects each step to be exactly the same height as the last. When it's not, your foot doesn't lift high enough. Emergency room doctors have a saying, there's no such thing as a minor fall downstairs. Even a short flight can leave you with broken bones, head trauma, or worse. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.